Is there a way to break down the difference between a GPU and a CPU for someone like me that doesn't understand the clear difference?
So the easiest way is if you go back to when Jensen founded the company back in 1992. The goal was to improve the gaming experience, right? And so you think about how many pixels are on a screen, right? And today there's a lot more than there was back in 92.
Yeah.
But every time you change the color of a pixel via video game, it's not predetermined, right? You know, it's not like playing a video where you're playing an image that's already pre-made. Basically, if you choose to go right, the screen could turn green. If you choose to go left, it could turn black. If you choose to go here, it could do something else. And so you needed to, in real time, those are all mathematical equations, right? To generate that color and the response time to get that color back and actually put it up on the screen. So having 4 or 6, back then it was probably 1 or 2 cores, it basically couldn't do the math quick enough for every single pixel. So basically when they came out with GPUs, they had hundreds of cores at that point, and therefore they could do these very simple math equations, but that needed to be done, let's say thousands of times, because there's thousands of pixels on a screen in real time to get faster response time. So you didn't see lagging and you didn't see images. Well, fast forward to 2006, there were some people at Stanford and other universities that were basically looking at these cores on a GPU and said, I think we could do more than graphics with this, right? But they're kind of difficult to program, right? Because it's not a standard C++ or Fortran or whatever. So they basically started working on what's called CUDA today, which is our programming language for GPUs. And since that time, CUDA's gotten much easier to program. We've got over 2 million, I think 1.8 to 2 million developers in the world right now that are CUDA developers. And basically, you can now program those individual cores to do individual math problems. And so once again, it's highly parallelized. So as opposed to submitting a job to a CPU that has, today might be 20 cores or even 60 cores, now you're sending it to something between 8,000 and 10,000 cores. And so once again, for like image recognition, right? For, self-driving vehicles where you have to look all around the car and in real time process all the video in real time, it's a fantastic solution.
Yeah. Yeah, I took a Lyft in Las Vegas last year that was a self-driving car. And
really?
They had a computer in the back and they had a screen up in the front, and you can see just all the data that car is processing, everything around it. I mean, just the processing power and computing power that you have to have just for that one individual car is just insane.
Yeah.
And you think about it, think about how much technology's advanced. Like, you wouldn't be able to crunch that much data, 15, 20 years ago. I mean, it's just crazy, the acceleration of advancement in technology. So I think we take it for granted.
Yeah, I think we do too. Like, going back to what we said a couple episodes ago, like I'm still amazed at iPhones and just like what we can do on our phones. Yeah. Like, imagine how crazy it is and what these AIs and stuff can actually compute.
Yeah, like you see these apps, like the face swap apps that are using deepfake.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fact that I can do that in an app on my phone in 30 seconds, right? Like, I don't think the typical consumer realizes how cool that is that you can do that.
It's very amazing.
Yeah.